Happy Independence Day, Jamaica. Happy birthday, Jamaica. Today we're celebrating the sweetest way I know how with a Jamaican treat. All right. Some call it gizada, some call it gizada, some call it pinch me side. It all depending on where you were raised. All right. If you're Jamaican, this recipe is about to unlock some memories. If you're not, welcome to one of Jamaica's best kept sweet treats. Growing up in Jamaica, this was one of those snacks that you look forward to at the school gate. Every morning or at lunchtime, there would be a vendor waiting right outside school gate selling all kinds of goodies. And right there among the bag juice, among the peanut cake, among the drops, among the tambourine ball was the famous gizada. Alright, so let's bake. I'm starting off with my all-purpose flour, and this is 3 cups. All right, and I had it in the fridge overnight. And the reason for that is to just prevent the butter from melting when we are making the dough. All right, so I'm going in with the flour, and then we're gonna add the butter. This butter was in the freezer, so it's really tough. I'm gonna give it like a minute because I want it really cold where you can grate it or you can mash it with your fingers. So what I'm going to do is use my fingers to distribute the butter. You can use a processor if you have one, but I want to show you this step just in case you don't have a processor. But if you do have one and you don't want to get messy, just put the butter and the flour in the processor and just crumb everything together. All right, but now we're going to go in with our fingers, our God-given hands, and we're going to distribute the butter into the flour. Next, I'm going to add salt, and then the only thing you need for this crust is water, ice cold water, because we're trying to use everything cold so that the butter does not melt. You need that fat in there to stay solidified. The best part about gizada is that almost every Jamaican child learn how to make this in home economic class, unless you did not take that class. All right. If you went to school in Jamaica, chances are that you have made gizada at least once. My daughter used to make it at her school because she did home economics, and then she used to make it on Saturdays, give it to her siblings to go on the road and sell it to the neighbors just in the community. So that could have been you. If it is, let me know in the comments section. Home economics wasn't just about cooking either. It taught us a lot of other life skills, and we learned how to bake, we learned how to sew. And just looking back now, I really appreciate those lessons. So today we are bringing back those memories. We are pulling back those curtains and bringing back those memories right back into your kitchen. Now, for those who have never heard of gizada before, let me tell you exactly what it is. A gizada is a flaky pastry shell filled with sweet, spiced, grated coconut. The filling is made with fresh coconut, brown sugar, ginger, nutmeg, cinnamon, vanilla, and some people might add a little butter. You don't necessarily have to. Once it bakes, the edges become beautifully crisped, while the center stays soft, sticky, and full of coconut flavor. As you can see, I gradually add the iced water just so that I can give you guys an accurate measurement. Also, when you're making a dough, you cannot pour the water in because you don't want the dough to be soft. You should just add enough water until the flour forms a dough. Just a nice tacky texture dough. It's not dry, not too wet and soft. You have this nice tacky dough, you're gonna just wrap it nicely in plastic wrap and put it in your fridge or just in a container. Put it in the fridge so that the butter can remain solidified, as I said before. All right, and the dough can get to set and form. Now moving on to the coconut, I'm just digging out the eye so that it can mash easily. So when you do that and you get rid of the water, once you hit it with my old chopper, I'm going to use my old chopper to hit it, and that will just release the shell from the coconut and make it easier to come out of the shell. Now it's grater time. Honestly, if you don't want to do the old-fashioned way like I'm doing now, just go ahead, cut them up small, put them in your blender, but you have to put limited water. So that is why it is just easier to just go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way. Now we're gonna add ginger because I need some flavor. Add as much ginger or as little as you want. Not everybody like ginger, but I like to taste the ginger when I bite into the gizada. All right, so what you can do, what I normally do, is add all my ingredients, all my spices, and then add my sugar, and I also taste as I go. Even as it's cooking, I taste it before I add it to my crust. But it's very important that you taste it before you add it to your pastry crust, because I may add a tablespoon of cinnamon and to you it may not be enough, or to somebody else it may be too much. All right, so I'm going in with my spices. I added my cinnamon, nutmeg, my ginger. I'm going to add some vanilla, and if you want to add some mixed spice, I also added some mixed spice, and we're going to add some brown sugar. I have some really dark brown sugar. Any brown sugar that you have, go ahead and add it, because that's what's going to help to give the color. This dessert is simple, it's nostalgic, and it's absolutely delicious. All right, so if you haven't tried it before, make sure you give it a try. Many people wonder where gizada came from. Its roots go back to Jamaica's rich history, influenced by African traditions and British baking. Coconut has always been abundant on the island. So our ancestors found creative ways to turn simple ingredients into unforgettable desserts. So over time, gizada became a staple in bakeries, markets, roadside stall, and school canteen across Jamaica. It's one of those recipes that has been passed down from generation to generation. So now we're adding some water. I added um about quarter cup of water. You don't need more than that. All right, because we're not making greater cake. So we're not going to cook this for very long. We're just going to pre-cook it before adding it to the shell. So I added quarter cup of water. I had like half cup of water, but I did not use all of it. I used like quarter cup. So I'm going to stir this around so that the flavors can get to release, and then I give it like 5 minutes, and then I remove it from the heat. And while I'm baking this, and we are celebrating Jamaican independence, and we're talking about the history of Jamaica, can you tell me where in Jamaica, which parish are you from, and did you make gizada growing up? Let me know in the comment section. And if you're not Jamaican, let me know where you're watching from, which country you're watching from. I just want to see how far my culture is going, who my culture is reaching, and if you're inspired by our Jamaican food. All right. You see, once the sugar melt and the spices start to release, oh my God, the kitchen smells so good. I put everything in a bowl and I put it in the fridge to cool while we work on our pastry. All right. We're just going to roll this out nicely, and we're going to roll it as thin as possible, not too thin where it's going to tear up. Okay. You want to roll it, and once you're rolling it thin and thinner, you can see the air pockets in between. That's gonna be all the flavor, all the butter is producing those air pockets. You see that? It's easily stretched, it's not ripping. That's how you know you have a real nice dough. All right, so once I roll it out nice and thin like this, I'm gonna get my bowl. It depends on the size gizada that you want. If you want small, medium, large, use that size bowl to cut it out. Or if you have some big cookie cutter, go ahead and use those as well. I was trying to see what size I am gonna make, but my smallest bowl is way too big, so I decided not to use it and just stick with the small one. So my next step is I'm going to just cut out all my dough, and then I'm gonna work with like 3 or 4 pieces at a time, and the rest of the cutout dough will go in the fridge on a plate waiting to be pinched. All right. Okay, so that's why we call it pinch aside, because we're gonna pinch aside now. So for each circle that I cut out, I just roll it out just a little bit more to give me a little more diameter, and then I'm gonna use my dominant hand to do the pinching, and then on my left hand I'm gonna use that hand to use just the index finger to guide me. All right, however you feel comfortable, just go ahead and pinch the sides. That's it, guys. Now once you pinch all the side, the only thing left to do is to just go ahead and use a fork and pierce the bottom. That way when it's baking, it don't bloat up. It just get to release all the air and bake properly, and you get that nice crunch. That is how you're going to get that nice crunch. One thing I love about gizada is the unique shape that it has. These pinched edges are what make it instantly recognizable. Anywhere in the world you see this, you know it's a gizada. So just go ahead and take your time. It doesn't have to be perfect, and they don't all have to have the same size. Just know that whenever you make anything homemade, it always have its own character. It's not gonna look perfect like store-bought, but it's gonna be tasting even better. And as we celebrate Jamaica's birthday, today isn't just about food, it's about remembering where we came from, celebrating our culture, our resilience, our music, our language, our food. Also, I want to celebrate Jamaica birthday by creating something nice, by adding a little basket handle for my gizadas, and that is why I cut these out. And if I had more patience, it would have been so cute, but I would have executed much better if I had taken my time and do it. But I had somewhere to be, so next time when I make them, I'm going to create something really, really beautiful and unique. All right, so let's go ahead and just use a fork and pierce some holes in the bottom of these, and then we're going to fill them with all this goodness. Right now, as I'm filling them, I'm just thinking about the first bite. The flaky crust, the chewy coconut, the warm spices. Oh my God, it's pure comfort. I just can't wait. So these are my basket handles. I should have got another container to put them on, another baking sheet to put them on, so I could have opened them more, because once it baked, that's it. If it doesn't have the size, then that's it, and that's where I went wrong. I should have put them on a separate pan so that they can get to open more before they bake. All right, so when I finished baking them, they weren't wide, some of them weren't wide enough, but I'm sure you guys see the vision, right? Yes. So we're just gonna go ahead. My oven is already preheated at 350 degrees. I'm gonna pop this in 18 to 20 minutes and they're good to go. They're gonna start puff up and get golden brown, and just like that, they are nicely done. They have the perfect golden crust, the perfect crunch. The coconut is beautifully caramelized, like exactly how they're supposed to look, okay? And they were exactly how they're supposed to taste. So, so good. You know, when you bite into hot coconut, it's like lava when it come out of the oven. But we don't care, we're used to it. And this is it, guys. We're celebrating Jamaica. I'm so proud to be a Jamaican right now. I am so proud of the tradition that continue to connect Jamaicans all over the world. No matter where we live, a taste like this can instantly take us back home. The pastry definitely has the crunch. It has the buttery and the flakiness. The filling is sweet without being overpowering. The ginger is nice. The flavor is on point. Like, the coconut is just perfectly chewy. It's not dried out. This right here, this is childhood. This is Jamaica. If this recipe brought you back some memories, share this video with another Jamaican who grew up eating gizada. And if you're making this for the very first time, I promise you're in for a treat. Thank you all so much for spending a little piece of Jamaica's Independence Day with me. Happy Independence Day to every Jamaican, whether you're on the island or somewhere across the world. Until next time, walk good, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next recipe. Happy Independence Day, Jamaica! Bye, guys.